said, we shouldn't be scared working in AIIMS Delhi, because there are people who are coming from Russia. They are also working.
Yes.
So why should we be scared? And he did not know that I
You
am
are,
also
yeah,
the one.
foreign medical
And
graduate.
then when I got rank 125, I was my dream branch was medicine, either medicine or pediatrics. So in AIIMS Delhi, I was getting radiology also in
My God.
AIIMS Raipur and Bhopal. But it's about your choice. I will write on my notebook Dr. Milind Shinde, and then I'll write MD from AIIMS. So
Yes.
when I used to see that, I will feel like, okay, now I can I have to do that. And see, today I have just my stamp with me, so if you can see.
Yeah. Yes.
So see, I've done that. What I have dreamed.
My name is Chinmayanan. I'm fifth year medical student from Kazan State Medical University, and today I'm starting my new podcast series that will be called as Podcast with Earthly. And my first guest is Dr. Milind R. Shinde. He is MD Pediatrics from AIIMS Bhopal. And this video will be about his journey as a foreign medical graduate and as a AIIMSonian, and as well as he will tell all the secrets to success to getting in the central institution. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Chinmay, for such a kind and warm welcome. So I am Dr. Milind Shinde. I am from Pune, basically. So as you guys, I also started my dream of becoming MBBS. And when I went to Russia, the initial 1-2 years were very nice. Like, okay,
Yeah.
the new country, life. And then slowly you start realizing, that okay, there is a tough road ahead. You have to clear your examination. You have to clear your PG entrances. So as you said, that what I want to make all the foreign medical graduates realize that you should enjoy. You should, this is once in a lifetime opportunity. Unless and until you are going to settle down abroad, you are not going to live 6 years anywhere. So you should enjoy the fullest. But also on the back of mind, it's important to you always should think about it, that you have to study a bit. So step by step, we will try to reveal these things.
Why I entered this university, the reason was you only, because I have seen your MCI result on like some Facebook or something, and I thought, how this guy managed to do that. So let's take chance and go to Kazan State Medical University. And I think it was a good decision. I'm here, and see, now I'm interviewing you. One of the dream comes true.
Yeah, and I'll take this line of yours. Kazan is a very beautiful city.
Yeah,
it's like you can.
No doubt.
It's and the people are very nice, and the faculty and the kind of environment you get, it's nice.
Yeah.
So if you do a little bit of hard work, see, as what I would like to say, that in MCI you have to just pass the exam. Like 150 is enough to clear. But what give you exceptional marks or result is what amount of hard work you have done during your undergraduation. Because over the 6 years you have to read something, so you can get that result. And it's a very good initiative by you. Letting this all information reach to the guys, because everybody goes there with a dream.
Yeah.
And when I went to Russia, initially I was also kind of I lost my path. Okay, what I want to do in life, because sometimes there is so much of negativity, and people, there are certain things where you feel like whether you did the mistake. But I don't regret.
Yeah.
Given a choice, I would do it again. Like if I have to start my life over again, I'll still go to Kazan, and then I'll go to AIIMS rather than doing. Yeah, because the life we had, those memories, that was one of the best time of my life.
So before starting a formal interview, I would like to share some milestone of Dr. Shinde. He is a red degree holder from Kazan State Medical University, Russia, and he cleared his MCI screening test in first attempt with a score of 212 out of 300. That's a very big achievement. And third, that's the most, and he has secured AIR 125 in AIIMS PG entrance in 2018, along with that AIR 165 in JIPMA in 2018. and he pursued in 2020 his MD pediatrics. And I would like to ask you that, sir, how was your experience being working in AIMS?
Yeah, I will just add few points to it. When I cleared, we had to do the internship. So in 2015 and 16, I was doing my internship in Delhi. So when I was doing my internship, I will every day I will pass in front of AIMS New Delhi, and that aura and the kind of stature that institute has. The people, you have that dream. Okay, this is the best institute of India. Studying in AIMS is like everyone's dream. What makes AIMS the biggest name is because the kind of competition it has. Then coming from abroad and then going into AIMS again, it's a tough task. So what I did initially, I joined in AIMS emergency department as non-acad JR, and then I got to know a lot of toppers of AIMS who were Indian medical graduates and who were already pursuing their MD degree. So after working with them, and when I was living in Delhi, actually that motivated me a lot that I want to study in AIMS. Then I did my backgrounds, research, like what should I do, what should I read. One thing I realized that I have to do a lot of hard work because as we compare to the Indian medical graduates, there are some lacunae we have, like the kind of diseases we don't have. Like infectious diseases are very rare in Russia. So these are more of a third world, problems we call them. So that part we are a bit weak. So I started, building on that because I was in a no hurry because I wanted to go in AIMS. In medical field it doesn't matter that you should not think कि मुझे ये हो रहा है, मुझे इसके लिए time लग रहा है. As long as you are achieving, that's what my idea was, because I saw that people, I saw PG students, I mean even Indian medical graduates who are trying to get into things. Then when I got rank 125, I was my dream branch was medicine, either medicine or pediatrics. So in AIMS Delhi, I was getting ENT, anesthesia, then DM in infectious diseases, also MCH in pediatric surgery. So this kind of branches I was getting, which I was thinking about later, and also MD in geriatric medicine, which deals with above 60 years people. Like pediatrics is for younger. So AIMS Delhi has different branches which other institutes they don't offer. Yeah, then there were other AIMS. So I was getting pediatrics in Bhopal. I would just like to emphasize the point. I was getting radiology also in Raipur and Bhopal, but it's about your choice. Apart from medicine, I was getting every other branch in other areas, but I opted for pediatrics because I like more of a clinical. I want
clinical thing,
that ice, that thrill, and that adrenaline rush when you are in ICU. So that is the reason I became a doctor. So that's why I chose pediatrics, and then I'm in love with pediatrics now. I'm happy that I chose.
So let's start with the formal questionnaire I have prepared for you. So my first question for you is, what was your first reaction after seeing your AIMS PG entrance report card? Tell me something about that moment. Did you cry at that moment or felt relaxed because finally a premium institution was waiting for you?
Yeah, so I remember that day I was in Delhi. There's one place called Gautam Nagar. So a lot of medicos, they live there for MCA exam and also for the PG entrance. So AIMS result will come anytime. Like there is a date. Like it happens on Sunday, and by next coming Saturday or Sunday you'll get the result. But time is not specified. So you keep refreshing the page whole day. So and then suddenly there is that notification and that list will be there. And what added to the thrill that during that result, no, they did not give any names. There were only roll numbers. So you have to find your admit card and match your. So what I did, I first started searching from 1 to 100. Because I wrote paper and I had. I was happy. And my rank was 457. So I was expecting maybe I knew it's impossible. It's very a big dream I am thinking of, and 100 I thought somewhere let's see if I can come first 100. Then I did not see my roll number in first 100. Then I started searching from 1000.
Okay.
Because I thought because that is what happens in AIMS. And then I came to 300, 200, and I was not able to find my roll number, and I was like, okay, what happened? Maybe I haven't scored because chances of getting a like branch like medicine pediatrics become dull if you are about 200, 250. But somehow, then what I did, I pasted my roll number in the search tab, and then I saw 125, and then I was relieved. I'll say because crying part I already had done in the previous attempt. Then I remember I just wore my shoes and I ran to my one of my friend, and I just went to him and I hugged him and I told him, okay, I have done it.
Yeah.
I have got rank 25. I was happy. I think that was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
But I was relieved, I would say.
Yeah. Because I have seen your interview, means after you secured 125th with Dr. Sumer Sethi. You were so anxious, like you were like so happy in that interview, and
No.
and we were all happy after that seeing interview, because it was like, if he can, we also have some chance. So
Definitely.
yeah, so that was a
And
feeling.
that's what I want to tell. Because that time other people make you realize what you have achieved.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't feel that happy, but talking to him, then he made me realize, okay, this is a big thing.
Yeah. So next question is, do you believe in self-motivation, or do you need to get some external motivation from video podcast or series or anything, like whatever you want to describe, you can.
Yes, it's very important, and it played a huge role in my success, and I believe in other people also who have achieved it. Because at some point of time you feel depressed. Sometimes you don't know your potential. You know that you can achieve it, but when you see other people doing it, then it boosts your confidence. I'll tell you when I had read a lot of interviews, like that time in 2017-18 when I was writing my entrances. That time these interviews and that thing was not very popular. I mean, people did not used to put on YouTube all these, there were no one to help. So that will be more of a written kind of interviews. So before sleeping, I'll just read one interview, and in a week I will finish 10-15 interviews. Because every topper will teach me something. Every topper, there will be some, and I think, okay, where I'm doing mistake. Because I was getting consistently, like in my AIIMS, NEET, JIPMER, I was getting good rank. Like I was consistently getting the good ranks, but not the best ranks. So I was, searching for that. You say, like you are saying the secret. I was looking for that secret, like what secret for the best rank. Watching such podcast series, or watching such interviews that really build that motivation. And when you listen to the people who have already done it, I think that is the best way of doing it, and you should do it instead of watching any other thing, like any waste material. You should always, whenever you have a time, you're taking break from the study, listen to the person who have done it, and then it will only give you the confidence, but lot of secrets are revealed.
Yes.
And you will know what wrong you're doing.
So next question is, that's like for FMG students. FMG students feel or have a complex in this competitive world, because MCI passing rate is just 5 to 10%. And what's your take on it?
Yeah, I think this question best to be answered by the FMGs themselves. Like they should ask themselves that why the rate is so low.
Yeah.
When you go to Russia or any other college for study, it's not like I was you can ask my colleagues or my friends there. I was not a nerd, or I was not like the person who will be in the library or studying all the time. I have played a lot of cricket in Kazan.
Yeah.
I in all the extracurricular activities, and I had enjoyed my life in Russia. But what I used to do is, whenever there was a class, whenever there was a we have these achots and final exam, I would never go like that only. I will always read. Whenever I'm back from the classes, I would read something, at least like for a half an hour.
Yeah.
If teacher had asked me to read something, I'll do that. What I see that most of the people, they don't take it seriously, because what they do is they keep it everything for the end. So,
piling up.
Piling up, and I think that is the reason. I don't think that any FMG is he doesn't deserve to be doctor in India. He does, but what's the problem is they are not honest with themselves. They they move away from their real target. So if they can stick to their real target, and if they keep studying at least a bit, I'm telling you that percentage will go high.
Yeah, of course,
And and you know why this inferiority complex comes? Because you know
Yeah.
you don't know things. So when you
Yeah.
know that you don't know things, obviously
Yeah.
see, now I don't have that complex. Like
Yeah.
I'm working and studying, shoulder to shoulder with the Indian medical graduates and the best
Institute.
doctors in India.
Yeah.
And still, because now I know that I know things.
Yeah.
So when you know things, that inferiority complex will go away.
Next question for you is your first day at AIMS before PG versus first day at AIMS as a junior resident after getting AR 125. What were the differences, and what were the like changes you have seen? The people around you or staff around you.
Yeah, it was a very good experience. I mean, I used to look at this building. And if you visit any AIMS campus, there are 5, 6 AIMS in like currently the fully functioning. So whenever you'll visit the campus, you'll realize the grandeur. Like they are so big, huge complexes, when you and the kind of people they work there, they're like from the best part of the country. So when I joined there my first day, I was just going to the ward and okay, now I am in AIMS, and I was looking at my appointment letter, and it was like a dream come true. Till yesterday I was just normal PG aspirant, but today now I am a PG resident. So I was very happy, and I tell you, I feel satisfied. Okay, this is why I started my journey. When I went to Russia, and now the circle was complete. That's what I felt that day.
Next question is a little bit informal. That is, are medical studies overrated in India? I am asking this because in foreign countries there is no competition for choosing PG field. Example, suppose I want to pursue dermatology, then I can get it. But in India, for that you need to earn that seat and work so hard. And why is it so? What's your take on that?
Yeah, see, the first answer for this question is our population, the kind of competition we have. Like we have in AIMS, there are 200 or 250. If you talk about clinical seats, so 200 and 300 seats for the graph. And there are like lakhs and thousands of students writing it. So what makes this institute a premier institute? Because of the competition it has. So if you want to do a dermatology, for example, maybe I want to do something else. Maybe I want to do a neurology, but I don't get that rank.
Yeah.
So I know if you want to repeat it, it's again a competition neck to neck. And for example, I'll tell you the current Indian medical scenario. So dermatology and radiology are the top two branches, like mostly sort of the toppers usually take them because there is a bit of relaxed life and more money. Following that, there are traditional branches like medicine, pediatrics, surgery, orthopedics. So these are after these two, these are the most sought after. And after that, your other clinical branches like anesthesia, ENT, ophthalm, that will follow. So now just imagine if I have a rank of let's say 300. Now I want to do a MD medicine because I'm getting ENT seat. Now I know if I repeat a exam next year, I might not get this also.
Yeah.
So I just continue with my ENT seat, and I'm sitting on a dream branch of someone who is at 400.
Yes.
Maybe he wants to do the ENT, but because I know the kind of competition in India, so I'll just go with this branch, and then I will be this ENT specialist for rest of my life. So India में competition इतना है कि either you have to work really hard and achieve what you want, or you have to like what you have achieved. So these are the only two options you have.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you one my experience. I went to PGI Chandigarh for one conference. So there were few delegates from other countries. So there was one teacher from John Hopkins, and she was my guide for the poster. So she was so young, and she was already, I think, pediatric immunologist. Because they don't have to do that, if she wants to be the immunologist, after 12th or after MBBS, she will directly be diverted to that. In India, if I want to become a pediatric neurologist, say, or even an epilepsy specialist, I have to do MBBS first, then MD in pediatrics first, and then DM in pediatric neurology. So 6 plus 3 plus 3, and I am not going to crack, no, there will be delay. अगर मेरा MD फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में होता है तो DM में 2 अटेम्प्ट लगेंगे. अगर इसमें अटेम्प्ट लग गए तो इसमें एक अटेम्प्ट में हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
So this is like a 16-18 years का
18 years.
long
Span.
course. That's
Yeah.
So whenever you are in Russia, whenever you are going through the all branches, at least finalize which branch you want to do. At least that you can do.
Next question, sir. What distractions a medical student should avoid? And adding on to it, social media, a boon or a curse for any student? Any student.
Yeah. So first question about distraction that every foreign medical graduate knows. I think I don't have to say it. But what I feel personally, that it's a part of life.
Yeah.
I don't call it distraction. For example, if you whatever, like whenever you are in Russia, so-called distractions, okay, they are part of your life. So you can give them some time, like at a weekend you can have your fun. You can plan your whatever activities you want. But at least during the weekdays, be honest to your work. It's not like every day you should do it. You should not indulge in these distractions like every day. You are just thinking about that. So that is what my take. I don't think that you should completely abstain from this thing, because this is a part of life.
Yes.
But now there will be no stories to tell.
Yeah.
Because books you will forget, but these life experiences and stories will stay with you. And then about social media is again a double-edged sword. So
Yes.
always use it for your benefit. Like as you are starting your podcast series, so I told you that I was looking through your videos and I was feeling nostalgic because I was remembering those all places you posted about Bomna Strait. We used to go all the time, like on Sundays or even in the evenings we'll go and just roam there. So that is how I feel fresh. When you are feeling down, just watch any inspirational video. Watch any just say for example, if you have a class of 2D Eco, so just search for the videos how the 2D Eco is done. And if you read about let's say congenital heart diseases, so just see the animations, because this is how you understand them better. And what I advise people, that do not watch things like TikTok. It's better to watch a movie than watching reels or TikTok. Because TikTok, one thing will be about something and other thing will be completely different. So after 2 hours you will feel tired, but you have done nothing.
Moving to next question. Please share your routine during entrance exam prep, hours of studying. Do medical students get an extra time for co-curricular like gym or meditation or like other co-curricular activities?
So answering the first part of your question, that my routine, you should have a timetable. I am a very much fan of making timetables, and I used to have one notebook where I would make it like my daily routine, that what time I'll wake up, and then I will distribute my days into certain part, like morning, afternoon, and the evening session. Morning I will read theory, or the most difficult part, because you are most energized during the morning session. So I will read such things in the morning, and in afternoon session then I will in the afternoon time I'll take a nap between like 4 to 5, and then again I'll get back to studies. So you should make your schedule as per your comfort, but you should stick to it. It's very difficult. Again, Chinmayanand, if you have done gym or any, like if you have tried to learn an instrument, you will know that initial 2 weeks very difficult.
Very difficult. Yeah.
You feel quitting. So same is for studying and same is for making timetable. Initial 2-3 weeks will be difficult. You will feel like, I can't do this. So I used to study just 2-3 hours initially. डे में 2-3 आवर्स स्टडी कर लो, थोड़ा सो जाओ, मूवी देख लो, यानी दैट इज हाउ यू इंक्रीज. 2 से 4, 4 से 8, 8 से 12. But maximum I have studied in a day is 13 hours, like 12-13 hours, not more than that. And I don't think that's humanly possible. The people who say that study 17 to 18 hours, I don't believe them, because I have studied with these Amazonians and all these people. I think they count everything, sleeping, eating, everything count.
So you will you
need to study 10 or 12 hours of good focused and qualitative study, not quantity. A quality study. Quantity doesn't matter. Just a good quality study, 10 to 12 hours during entrance preparation is good enough. Then the second time you said about the extracurricular activity, I used to play a lot of cricket. I mean, during my internship also, and after that, I will wake up at 5:30 or 6. I'll play cricket till 9. I'll come back, have my breakfast. get ready, and then I'll go to lab B. Because what I feel is, देखो entrance तो crack करनी है, but
Yeah.
these are also part of your life, you know, it's enjoyments like stress buster. And now also I'm playing during my, you know, I'll like to tell you that when I had my MD final examination of MD pediatrics, 3 weeks before my exam, I was still playing. I mean, the weekend, my colleagues used to say, "What are you doing? Are you studying?" But you know, because I was disciplined, I know that I'm not thinking about playing all the time. I'm just investing 2-3 hours for the activity that I like. So I think that if you are disciplined, then you can give time to extracurricular activities. If you are not disciplined, then it's impossible, because you know, then it becomes difficult. It will disturb your daily routine and study.
Question we are moving. Now coming to the latest exam patterns, like next exam bill has been proposed. What's your take on its pattern? Because it might be a 3 days exam, and student might get burnt out, because we know medical students, like be- uh, above 6 hours they can't concentrate like on solving questions. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, that is true. But I will like to start this answer with the line that if the pattern is going to change, it is going to change for everyone, not only for foreign medical graduates, it's also for the Indian medical graduates and for everyone. So, what my teacher used to say, he used to say that you work hard and crack exam as soon as possible, because you never know how it is going to change.
Yeah.
I mean, next year something else will be there.
Yes.
If there is a next year, उसके आगे कुछ और कर देंगे. So it's better to crack. Now talking about next ka, they have made 2 parts. So next one is, it's like a entrance to your internship. You can start your internship after your next, and also it will be, the score will be taken for your PG admission.
Yeah, PG.
Yeah. So that is why now it has become very important to study in Russia whenever you are in your undergraduate. Because just imagine, when you write your next one, if whatever score you will get, then you have to do your internship, and again you have to, after internship there will be next 2, and they have not made sure when it will be the next one.
Yeah.
So that much of time will be wasted.
Yes.
So it's better if you you know, if you spend time and if you study now only. That's what I feel.
Yes. So, but still,
And
this.
don't be scared of next. As you said that there are the pattern has changed, and it's a 3 days exam, and I know it's going to be difficult. But that's what I'm saying. If you start preparing from now, you don't have to worry that much then, because whenever you are studying, after one first paper, you will be exhausted. You will be like, you know how you feel after writing one exam, your brain will start having headache, because sudden there is a release of information.
Yes.
So again on next day and doing the same thing, again going on the third day and doing the same thing. So it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
But that will depend on how you have studied throughout your undergraduation. That's why, and that is the reason why Indian medical graduates, they are more successful, because they are, you know, made study during these undergrad years.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, we should do.
And they have less time than us also, right?
Yes. They just use that time wisely.
Yeah.
And next they have not made the pattern still very clear as of
very
now.
Clear,
so
yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah.
So when they will release the official notification, then we can again talk about it.
Yes. So next is I'm gonna ask you some questions regarding like special subjects, each subject. So first subject I'm gonna ask, approach on PSM, or nowadays we call it as community medicine, because it's a vast subject. How to go for it?
In Russia, I think we have this OZ, something called OZ. So it's a very neglected subject in Russia, and you don't get that of exposure. So what I will advise, there is one very beautiful book of Parks, Parks Preventive and Social Medicine. It's a very small, it's not very big book, but it covers almost every other subject. Like when you read Parks once, you will feel like you have covered every other, speciality. So I will advise on that, and it's a very important and very scoring subject in your PG entrance examination.
Yes.
Yeah. So for PSM, because in Russia you cannot do anything else, because what PSM stands for is what is epidemiological distribution of certain diseases in your region. So whatever is in Russia is not going to help you answer question in India. So better read parks. That's what I'll advise.
And one more thing I want to ask, in PSM or community medicine, we have lots of like dates, this committee, that committee. You have to remember this. So how to remember it? Like making tables or like making some sticky notes or something?
Yes, that is the best way, because what happens, there are in PSM books that are given like vectors for the diseases. It's very difficult to remember the names and as you said, the numbers and all. So what I did, my wall in my room was completely covered with these all sticky notes and A4 size papers, and I would write on them with the bright sketch pens, which will be easily grabbed by your eyes. Yeah, visible. So what happens, even if you are not reading, just imagine like you are sitting now. While talking to me, you just look up once and you see a chart, and that is now, that photo is clicked in your brain. When you write your exam, you have seen, because you are going to study in that room for, now suppose you are living in this room, you are going to be there for 5-6 years. So even if you don't want to spoil your wall, you can do it, put it on your cupboard, anywhere you can put, or you can just make a small, not file, but a file where you attach all the charts. So before sleeping, once you just go through 1 or 2 charts, you are going to remember them for long. And there is one thing called visual memory. That somehow you remember the answer. You don't remember how you remember it.
Guessing.
But you know that this is the answer. So that is how visual memory works. So for such data, you have to use this technique.
Moving on to next subject now, like ophthalmology and ENT. These two subjects are having like more weightage according to the latest proposed pattern.
Your ophthalmology is done.
Done.
There was one man who used to teach us. There was one lady teacher.
Yes.
I don't know if she is still there.
You mean to say like middle-aged or like aged one? We had one middle-aged woman.
Yeah, she was, I think, upper middle kind
of. Yeah, she was there. Yes.
She's a bit of strict. She will ask you to explain the PowerPoint. I think short hairs.
I don't remember. Yes, I also don't remember the name because Russian names are too difficult to remember. Also.
Yes. So, having said that, ophthalmology is again a very important subject, specifically for the exams like AIIMS and institute examination. Ophthalmology is a very important subject. So, for ophthalmology, we have one book, Khurana. So you can just go through it, and again the key is whenever you are because ophthalmology has lot of terminologies that are not very familiar, so they will give you one vocabulary also जिसमें आपको like strabismus, this kind of
squint.
So you might not have heard this before. So it is very important to at least be familiar with these terminologies during your classes. And then after classes, just read the respective chapter. Similarly, for the ENT is a very easy and very scoring subject, and whenever I used to feel like I am lagging behind in portion, I will start ENT. So I will finish ENT very fast, like in 2-3 days, and it gives a sense of that accomplishment. One
psychological accomplishment, we can say.
Yes, psychological, and there are 3 systems. Like ophthalmology, you are reading about eye. Here you read about ear, then nose. You feel bored. You start with nose, and they're very small diseases, and you remember it for a long. So I think ENT is a very good subject, and you can read. There is Dhingra book ENT, and all the books now are available in PDF formats.
Yes.
So there is, because it's impossible for a foreign medical graduate to carry all the books all the way to Russia. And then
that's a big deal because we can't weight problem.
When you read PDF, you can make your own notes. You can even write in the iPad. Like everyone is using iPad. So you can make notes in iPad, and when you come back to India, you can literally print them. So you have a notes directly from the textbook.
One more question in that: rank making subject and rank stabilizing subjects, because you also described this topic in your previous video on YouTube. So can you explain that a little bit for our viewers?
Again, I'll tell you that I started this video series just because of this reason. The question you're asking me. A lot of foreign medical graduates, they are not aware which subject is important, how to approach a study. So that was the reason I explained in these videos. So what I'm trying to tell, that initial 6 subjects, your anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, microbiology, pharmacology, and pathology. So these 6 are the pillars of your preparation. If they are strong, your building is going to be, it will sustain for long. Rank deciding subject. They are going to decide that how far you are going to go, and then you have to maintain your rank, and you have to improve your rank by capitalizing on your smaller subject. But these 6 subjects should be on your fingertips before you come out of your MBBS. At least have a command on these 6 subjects. People tend to run behind medicine and surgery like fancy subjects, but trust me, they are not very scoring subject. Without, just say, for example, even if now I give you 30 questions of medicine, and the person who is reading medicine, if I give him the 30 questions, you will make 24, 25 right, and he will make 26, 27 right, even after reading, because everybody knows medicine basically.
Yes.
We know a lot of medicine stuff, so don't run behind this subject. Make your base strong.
On to next question. Approach of third year and fourth year students versus fifth year and the sixth year students. It may be FMG or Indian graduate, any. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so I'll just try to explain in a short, only in 2 lines. I have Chinmay, I have also released one video about it. I have divided it into 2 parts, like less than 3 years and more than 3 years, more after 3 years. So just in 2 lines, before 3 years, read your textbooks.
Yes.
I have given a list of standard textbooks which you should read. So before 3 years, do not think about joining any classes. There is lot of free material available. There are a lot of free videos available on the internet. Use them and read your standard textbooks. After your 4th year starts, then you can join the medical coaching. जो 2 and 3 के होता है. Because see, if you classes are like highlights of the match. So highlights of the match is not going to cover the entire match.
No.
Entire match will be like 2020 जो match होता है, that is for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Highlights are for 50.
Yes.
So don't think कि highlights में से ही आएगा आपका एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन.
No.
It can come from anywhere.
Yeah. Reading standard textbook or online platforms like Marrow or PrepLadder or any else.
Nothing is going to replace reading standard textbooks, because what I want to tell you, Chinmay, our target is not clearing PG entrances. Our target is to become a good physician. तुमने कर लिया, तुमने PG entrance कर लिया, become a doctor. After that, there will be a lot of lacunae in your knowledge, because if you have not read, and it will show during your practice that okay, what you know is, well, see, the patient will not come with the options.
Yes.
Okay, what do I have? Acute MI or yeah, and you don't have to pick up the option. If you have read your notes, you will just know the options. Reading theory means understand what's wrong with the patient.
Yes.
So know that, hey, as you know, there is this famous quote that someday study, because someday you will be standing between someone's life and death.
Yes.
So that's why you have to read your text.
10th question. So last month strategy versus last week strategy versus day before an exam or day of exam. What mindset one aspirant should carry, and irrespective of failure or success, getting in that exam?
So yeah, you should filter out your information. Like whenever you are like 1 month before, you should see how much you have finished your syllabus. And you should see what important points are left, and you should write them on your diary that okay, I have to finish these patterns. Don't waste time on useless things, and you have to prioritize what are the important topics. 1 week before, start mugging up. So what you said now about data, numbers, most common cause, bacteria name. Spend 2 hours in just mugging them up, because now this is the time that that ratification you have to do. You have to just everything 1 week before exam, because you have to use your short-term memory. After exam you forget, doesn't matter.
Yes.
And one day just chill. What is my strategy is, at 5 p.m. I will close my textbooks and I will sleep. I'll talk to my parents, I'll take a walk, because now your brain needs a rest.
Yes.
So it can give the next day.
Next question is, do you believe in I am the best attitude? Because whoever we see, those are successful in any field, maybe Ronaldo or any big doctor like you. So what is this I am the best attitude? Do you believe in that? Do you follow that?
Yeah, I mean, see what I used to, I'm not the best, but I still say that what I used to do that when I was preparing for my MCI exam, like FMG. So there was one senior from my college, like our college, I'll say Kazan.
Yes, yes.
His score was 204. So
Wow.
I would think about breaking that record, kind of, I want to cross that score. And you said now that I'm the best. So that I wanted to be like, okay, I will be the best after him. I crossed that score. Then I scored 212. And when I'm studying in the library, when I'll come home and, I'll sleep on my bed, then I'll think about it. Okay, when I will cross 200, I will be like hero and everybody will,
Yeah.
they'll think, okay, very correct. That's how I used to have those butterflies.
Yes.
And then that's how I failed. Okay, being best is what going to give me a lot of
Responsibility.
recognition. So
Yeah.
and again the similar thing was for AIMS. I will write on my notebook Dr. Milind Shinde, and then I'll write MD from AIMS. So
Yeah.
when I used to see that, I will feel like, okay, now I can I have to do that. And see, today I have just my stamp with me, so you can see.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So see, I've done that. What I have dreamed.
Yes.
So that's what I feel, that you see a dream and you work on it, and you have to tell yourself you are the best.
Yes.
If you see my Facebook, I just want to add one thing. If you see my Facebook wall, I don't put things frequently. So I will, they say work in silence and let your success make the noise.
Yes. Yes.
So whenever I will achieve something, I will post it on the wall with a lot
Yes.
of, I like to show off. I
Yeah.
work hard for it. And, and I want people to get inspired from it.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
like because I want to, do. But I do that. I honestly, I agree that whenever I achieve something, I don't keep quiet. I'll make a
Yeah.
lot of buzz.
Of course, that should be like we worked hard for this time, this much time.
That's why I
Yeah.
think that's what should be your motivation.
So coming on to the next question, sir. If anyone want to pursue a rank, what should be his mental strategy? Integrated learning versus individual subject approach. Just can you explain about that?
I think integral is a very risky approach because if you read about it, will take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Individual study is also not a very good approach because you will get bored. So I will say instead of integrated, I would say rather a combined approach. I have maybe you have heard this, like me saying this, that I have this Dr. Elnaz Ghazi, who is our anatomy teacher.
Anatomy. He was our anatomy.
So
Yes.
yeah, so he used to tell us the most, the best way of not getting bored is to change the subject. So if you're reading medicine, if you start getting bored, instead of what integrated is like, if you read physiology of CVS, then read pathology of CVS, then read pharmacology of CVS, and then medicine of CVS. So you'll get bored because it's
Bored,
same
yeah.
thing.
Same.
Yeah. So instead of that, read any random chapter from the medicine, and then when you got bored, start radiology or start ENT. So your mind is fresh because you are reading
New thing, yeah.
and you are again focused.
Focus.
So
Yes.
I always advocate about this approach.
Yes, because I tried to go integrated, but it was like I got burnt out. It was very early, like
And
yeah,
it's time consuming.
time.
Chanakya said that learn from others' mistake.
Yeah.
What I want to say, I invested. I have to spend 1.5 years extra after my internship to get a PGC. You don't have to spend time equally. You have to learn what mistake I did, and so these video series and also through this podcast, I want to tell that these are the mistakes which I did. So which could be time saving. You don't do that. I tried integrated approach, and I'm telling you, don't do that.
Okay.
So learn from other mistakes. That's what I feel. Don't do every mistake.
Next question. What percentage major role do MCQ and case discussion plays in your prep? Like cases, solving cases from Robbins MCQ book is there, or any online platform? Like
See, what I say that solving MCQs is important, but don't solve it on the online platform. There are a lot of review books available, and there are a lot of MCQ books also available. See what happens if you have a match today. If you are playing a cricket, I'd like to give the example of cricket, like Virat Kohli. he knows he's the best. He's the best player in the world. But he doesn't directly go to the stadium, right? He goes 2 days before there. He will practice. He knows that he can play cricket. He know he can score century in tomorrow's match. But still, he does the practice because of the reflexes that they develop. So similarly, whenever you are reading theory just distributed in your mind. MCQs, it brings it together. It makes your understanding clearer, and there is a thing called critical thinking. Whenever you are solving the MCQ, your examiner wants to know that whether you understood the concept or not. So when you solve MCQs, that critical thinking also is developed. So you should always spend 20 to 30% time of your day on solving MCQs, and during the end point of your preparation, spend more time on solving MCQs. Do it from the theory book. Don't solve every single MCQ from the book. Just solve random for the practice. Don't do it for the mugging up purpose.
Nowadays, like since we are in clinical years, there is like what I can say, like if my friend is there, he has completed this much amount of syllabus, I have completed less amount of syllabus. Like, so how it's like completing first is important, or knowing that subject very like thoroughly is important. Like someone like me, I'm a turtle, I walk slowly. So what do you want to tell about that?
See, if you have seen movie Three Idiots, if you have seen this movie Three Idiots, you'll remember as Chatur. You know, the
Yes.
people, his name of Chatur is because a lot of people lie about. I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah.
I lie about on which page I am or what I am studying, what I am reading, how much portion. People will read, "अरे नहीं मेरा बहुत बाकी है, मैंने ये भी नहीं पढ़ा." I mean, I don't know why they do that, because
Yeah.
whatever you have read, discuss with your friends. Second thing, PG exam is not a 100-meter race; it's a marathon. So the people who are running fast now, they will be exhausted midway.
Yes.
The people who are going slow, it's okay to be slow now, but they have to peak at the end.
Yes.
So that's what I advise. Go slow, try to know the subject, don't hurry into it. You don't have to finish the subject. This is not a food that you have to finish and then you have to go. It's something that you have to come back again.
Yes.
It's not like कि तुमने पढ़ ली तो जिंदगी में फिर कभी नहीं पढ़ोगे. After 2 months you are going to be zero again. You have to start
Yes.
with zero. So it's okay to be turtle. So that the saying is there, no? Between the race of this turtle and rabbit, it's the turtle who always wins.
Yes. Informal question one more time. Who played a major role in your success, mom or dad, with whom you want to share your success? Like, who was your motivator during your exam preparation
I think
at home?
at home, my parents and my younger brother. So I think they played a major role because I come from a very humble family. My father is a teacher and my mother is housewife, and my younger brother, he's also a doctor, but he's a BHMS. He has completed his BHMS. So what I feel that my father, he ran away from his house to pursue his studies to become because I come from the farmers family. We live in a really very small house. Then that motivated me. Okay, I want to do something because my father had started this trend in my family that education can change your fortune.
Yes.
So and my father used to have only 2 shirts and 2 pants because in because I was studying in bachelor, so he will save. He wanted to save money. So they compromised a lot, my brother and my parents. So I think I owe my success to them, and also I would not forget my friends. My friends there are a lot of friends. I was really lucky to have them.
To the next question. Are you satisfied now or still planning for some super specialization or?
Yeah, I'm satisfied, but I would still like to go for DM.
Okay.
But I'll see because now COVID has taught us a lot of things that you have to take a break, spend time with your family, and because I think what my friend told me, one of my friend, he was planning to go for DM. He has done his MD medicine. He's also a foreign medical graduate. So what he said, we should celebrate what we have achieved till now instead of just going. So there is I think I would like. I'm taking a break of 1 year. I'm working as a senior resident currently, but I'm preparing also for the DM entrance. But I want to enjoy what I have achieved till now. and I want to give time to my family and friends.
So one more informal question coming to you. Do doctors are really well paid in India? Message for those who just joined this field for the sake of money.
Uh, See, doctors, basically nobody becomes doctor for money. We all know that they don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But radiologists, dermatologists, and surgeons, they do make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Pediatricians, they make waste of money. Let me tell you. In these main prime branches, and medicine people also they do good. If you are a specialist, then you can earn good money. But it's again up to you. If you are a private practitioner, you can you can get a decent amount of money. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
And you will never go out of job. You know, in COVID,
Yeah, of course.
doctors were the only, I think, because
Yes, they
it
survived.
was still I was still getting salary.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. You might get less money, but there is a surety of job,
Yes.
unlike
Yes.
engineering.
Next question. MBBS from foreign countries. Was it a challenge or an opportunity for you? What's your take for future FMG graduates?
So I'll say initially it was a challenge because the harsh weather conditions in Russia, and you get a lot of negative things and negative
Yeah. Negativity.
opinions.
Yeah.
But then I changed it into positive things. I remember that day, it was like second month I had gone to Russia, and there was one senior, and he was having tea with us, and he said, "Why did you guys come here?
Yeah.
It's a waste."
Same. They say to everyone.
I was so broken, and you cannot tell your family because you have
Yeah.
spent so much of money, and now you have started it and going back and telling your friends and relatives, okay, now you want to quit. So I chose to fight instead of giving up. And I'll tell you, most of my best friend is surgeon now, and they all have done their MDs in India, and now everybody is happy.
Settled.
You have to let it go. And I think after a while, foreign medical graduates are going to they are already giving a tough competition for Indian medical graduates for PG entrance. But what I feel is it's a different route. It's take a bit
Time.
longer. I think it's worth it.
Next question. Message for students who gonna give MCI and PG entrance in coming December and January.
I'll say just revision is the key. At least 3 to 4 revisions are needed before your exam. Don't lose focus. For MCI, it's just a screening exam. So it's about 50% your preparation and 50% how you perform on that day. Again, the subjects which I said, those are the most important subjects. Give them more time, study more time on them, and do not feel disheartened. You can do it, and just be confident. And PG entrance I think next would be there, so that requires a little bit of extensive preparation.
Yes.
So, but the baseline remains the same. A revision, a good read, a good material, and revision is the key.
What do you remember about Russia now?
Yeah, I missed a lot. I wanted to come back to Kazan around 2016-17 after my internship, but I was not working then, and I was like, okay, I'll earn money myself and then I'll go. So probably I'm planning next 1 year I'll come to Kazan, and I think you guys will be there. So definitely we'll meet in Kazan. And what I feel is there was such a peace, and it was a very good time. That is trust me guys, this is going to be the best time of your life, these 6 years. So enjoy it to the fullest, but do not forget to study. But I miss it, and Kazan is best, I feel.
Yeah, it's best
to come back.
Please, you're welcome. Please come next year. We will do one live podcast.
yeah, that would be like a live podcast with when I see the people who might initially I used to feel very angry. I'll see someone posting pics on the place where I used to be. I'm like, Arey, why this guy is there and why I'm not there? And these people, why they are like, now they are in Kazan. And I'm not. You know, it's like I used to feel like it's my city, it's my place.
Yeah, it is. And now,
I used to like chicken burger a lot.
yes, Burger King.
This you don't get lot of these. And let me tell you, the kind of shawarma you get in Russia, the kind of chicken burger you get in McDonald's, the box master of KFC.
Yes,
You don't get this pirachki and samosa, Korean samosa and all.
yes.
You don't get this in India.
No.
Hot dog used to, there was this
Small one. Yeah.
Anatomy theater. There was one. There is Subway. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
yeah, there
if
is
it's still
Subway. Is there?
So there was one lady who used to sell hot dog in my second year. So I still miss them. You know, I miss the food and then going to Bucketle and do the shopping. You know,
Yes.
bring those bags, cook, going to IKEA, Mega.
Yes. Now it's like
Kal-
so coming to the end of podcast, we had podcast with Dr. Milind Shinde, and I will ask you all to subscribe his channel by the name of Dr. Milind Shinde itself. It's also a channel regarding medicine and all the other stuff. He will be posting all the motivational video and all the information based video on his channel. Please go and subscribe, hit the bell icon there, and share as much as you can. So at the end, sir will give some beautiful message for all of us. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chinmay. The idea of doing this channel was on my mind for a long time to help all our medico friends, and also I would like to thank you because you have been really helpful. Because I will try to improve the content, and what my idea of doing this video is just to help others. So I'm just
Yes.
whenever I'm back from my duties, I'll just make
Yes.
a video and I'll post.
Yes.
So I'll take your help to make
Of
them
course,
better.
No, sir. I was just
You
no.
will-
You are like you are senior to
No,
me.
no, no. No, I'm telling you because I saw your videos, no? Because you know what happens? They're very good. So I would like to help them people in a better way. That's what I wanted to say. Also, while concluding this thing, I just want to share one short story with you guys of 1 minute. When I was working in AIMS New Delhi, there was one guy, he's an Indian medical graduate, and he did not know that I am a foreign medical graduate. So AIMS New Delhi emergency is very hectic. It's one of the most hectic place. So I was working very nicely because I was confident. I had read, and I had worked in RML. RML is again a good hospital in Delhi, and I had a very good experience. He was a bit anxious of working in such a big hospital, and he had not worked in Delhi before. He saw me working, and he saw how good I am working, and he saw my work, and then he started working with me. Like whenever a patient will come, he will take my help,
Yeah.
and he will see the patient with me. So once we were just having a tea, you know what he said to me? He said, we shouldn't be scared working in AIMS New Delhi, AIMS Delhi, because there are people who are coming from Russia. They are also working.
Yes.
So why should we be scared? And he did not know that I
You
am
are-
also
yeah.
the
Foreign medical
and
graduate.
then, after a week or so, he got to know that I am also
Medical,
from
yeah.
Russia.
Russia.
And then he came to me, he hugged me, and he said, "Ki, bhai, did you feel bad because I said so?" I
Yeah.
said, "No, it's not your fault, but proving you wrong is our responsibility.
Yes, of
by
course.
by our work, and we have to work so hard that you will start respecting us."
Yeah.
And I never had any experience where any Indian medical. I have worked with a lot of Indian medical graduates, and I never felt any difference. I mean, they loved me, they respected me, and I have one of the best friends in my friend list. And they are all from like AIMS New Delhi, PGI Chandigarh, like all the best colleges from JIPMER, from all the best colleges of India. So that's what I'm telling to all foreign medical graduates. Do not underestimate yourself. Don't feel underconfident. And it is hard work. You have to earn your self-respect. And one day you will be successful.
Yes.
So, Chinmay, thank you spreading the happiness through your channel, Earthly Existence. And I have seen your videos. They're very good. And they make me nostalgic. They bring me back to the, my college days. So I will request, and I'll say all these viewers to subscribe to your channel and hit the like button and share as much as possible, because these are the memories that are going to be with you forever. And Chinmay Anand is doing a very good job, recording those things in a very high and very good quality.
Thank
So
you, sir.
please like, subscribe to our Existence, and it's a very good channel.
Thank you.